Ever wonder how certain NBA players have changed the rules of the game? From LeBron James sparking major changes in fan behavior to Wilt Chamberlain's dominance rewriting the very fabric of basketball, it's clear that some athletes leave a lasting mark beyond just the scoreboard. Did you know his unmatched skills led to the creation of multiple rules, including goaltending and the widening of the paint from 12 feet to 16 feet? Or how Kobe Bryant's incredible ability in the 2004 NBA Finals led the league to rethink the hand-checking rule, giving offensive players more freedom. If you want to know how these players changed the game forever, stick around. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories on NBA legends. Charles Barkley. Do you know Charles Barkley's famous backing down move led to a rule change in the NBA? Standing at 6 feet 6 inches and weighing 260 pounds, Barkley was a force in the post. He'd turn his back to the basket, back up his opponent, and then just ease the ball into the hoop. Simple, right? But here's the thing. It was so effective that it slowed down the game. Barkley would often take up to 20 seconds to get a good shot, and that repetitive, drawn-out process wasn't the most exciting for fans or the league. This slow-paced game prompted the NBA to introduce the Barkley rule, or as some New Yorkers call it, the Mark Jackson rule. Essentially, it states that if a player is dribbling below the foul line, they can only face away from the basket for 5 seconds. After that, they have to either pass or shoot the ball. It's hard to believe that Barkley's backside was the reason for a rule change, but his ability to back opponents down for so long made the game feel tedious. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal, also known as the Diesel, was so dominant that he broke the backboard twice in his rookie year.
Puts it on the floor, and stops, and he brought it down! He brought the whole goal down!
Standing at 7 feet 1 inch and weighing 325 pounds, Shaq was a nightmare for defenders. His power was so overwhelming that the NBA had to redesign the backboard support and stanchion to prevent future breakages. Being the reason the NBA had to make stronger rims, that's some serious impact. But that's not all. Shaq also indirectly led to the Hacker Shaq rule, where teams would intentionally foul him because his free throw shooting was notoriously bad. This tactic slowed the game down, and fans hated it. So the NBA created a rule that penalized teams for fouling away from the ball, especially in the last 2 minutes of a game. If a team fouled in this way, the fouled player would shoot one free throw and his team would retain possession. Despite this rule, Shaq's dominance was never truly capped, as his presence on the court was unmatched. Additionally, Shaq's coach, Phil Jackson, credited him with inspiring the 3-second rule, which prevents defenders from camping out in the paint too long. Shaq's ability to control the paint led to a more open game, forever changing how teams approach defense. How crazy is it that Shaq's sheer force reshaped the game in so many ways? When LeBron James made his infamous decision to take his talents to South Beach in 2010,
in this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach.
you can imagine how anticipated his first game back in Cleveland was. But the drama didn't just stay on the court, it extended into the stands. In the days leading up to LeBron's return on December 2nd, 2010, the NBA got wind of anti-LeBron merchandise circulating in Cleveland. Fans were designing t-shirts, hats, and even signs with hateful messages aimed at LeBron for his move to Miami. In response, the NBA took action. They started investigating the local distribution of these items and issued a warning to fans. Don't bring any anti-LeBron gear into the arena. To make sure things stayed civil, the league even placed extra security at the entrances to screen for offensive clothing and signs. Despite the drama in the stands, LeBron made a statement on the court. The Miami Heat dominated the Cleveland Cavaliers 118-90, with LeBron putting up 38 points. Enjoying this? If so, subscribe now and tap the bell for updates. Wilt Chamberlain. When it comes to dominance in the NBA, Wilt Chamberlain takes the crown. Arguably the most dominant player in basketball history, his stats are so insane they often feel like something out of a video game. And guess what? Many of the fundamental rules of modern basketball were created because of Wilt's incredible abilities. For example, Wilt's free throw technique was so unique that the league had to make a rule stating that shooters can't cross the free throw line until the ball hits the rim, because Wilt would often just throw the ball against the backboard for easy dunks. The NBA also had to widen the paint from 12 feet to 16 feet, just to keep him further from the basket and give defenders a better chance. Another rule came about because Wilt was so dominant on the boards that he would often grab his teammates' shots mid-air and dunk them if they were headed for the basket. This led to the creation of goaltending, which stopped players from doing that. There's also the rule that the ball can't be inbounded over the backboard, a rule directly aimed at stopping Wilt, as inbounders would lob the ball over the backboard for him to catch and dunk. Safe to say, Wilt was not just a player, he was a walking reason for rule changes. Kobe Bryant. The hand-checking rule in the NBA is one of those changes with a fascinating backstory, and the 2004 Pistons played a huge role in it. That year, the Pistons were all about gritty defense, and while they didn't have the star power of a Kobe or Shaq, they knew how to shut down superstars. If you watch footage from the 2004 NBA Finals, you'll see the Pistons bumping and bodying up Kobe Bryant every time he drove to the basket. But here's the kicker. No foul was called because Kobe was still technically in control of the play. Those small bumps, however, slowed Kobe down just enough to give Ben Wallace an extra split second to get in a better position for the block. This defensive tactic didn't seem like much at the time, but after the finals, the NBA noticed something interesting. There was a difference between player advantage and team advantage, and that discussion led to the ban on hand-checking before the 2005 season. This rule change gave offensive players more freedom on the court, but it also gave them a huge advantage, making it nearly impossible to keep players like Kobe out of the paint. The result? Scoring went through the roof, and soon after, Kobe dropped 81 points in one game. How a few defensive tactics could lead to a rule change that transformed the game. Michael Jordan. Did you know Michael Jordan rebelled against the NBA and got away with it? In 1984, MJ wore the black and red Air Jordan 1s during a preseason game. Sounds cool, right? But the NBA had a rule that shoes had to be 51% white, and these bold kicks didn't meet that standard. The league immediately banned them from regular season play. So, what did Jordan do? He kept wearing them anyway, even though it meant a $5,000 fine every game. Can you imagine getting fined that much, just for your shoes? Nike didn't mind though. They covered the fines, turning this problem into one of the greatest marketing moments ever. The result? Nike and Jordan sneakers are now a staple in the NBA, with most players rocking them today. But wait, there's more. MJ didn't stop at shoes. He was also the first player to request longer shorts. Remember the old tight shorts? Jordan's custom shorts were a game changer, and soon every player was following his lead. So, who do you think changed the game more, his shoes or his shorts? In conclusion, the NBA has been shaped by legendary players whose actions on and off the court have led to lasting rule changes. From Wilt Chamberlain's dominance to LeBron James sparking fan behavior shifts, these players have changed the game in unimaginable ways. Their influence goes beyond stats and victories. It's about how the sport has evolved. Want more stories? Subscribe and comment below with your favorite game-changing moment.